I do strange things sometimes. That was a generator head I was testing, if anybody's wondering. That's the first port. I'm remaking the rear condensate tank for this truck. The old one has rusted out. I made it out of some light duty 18 gauge. They were actually helium tanks that we used years and years ago for my boy's birthday, filling up some balloons. And I just had them laying around. They were, you know, the material I had. So I used them and I got 8 months out of it before the first hole popped up. And the tank sounds terrible. I'll show you real quick. This new one, this is a little portable air tank. It's made of 14 gauge. Good sound, right? Thing sounds just like crap. It's paper thin in this area right here, and then almost dead center on the bottom is where the first rust hole came through. So I made a little bit more of a mess than I intended. We're building a new one. Now I need to get it underneath the truck, figure out where the two side lines are going to come onto. I am going to change it a little bit from how I had it before. Originally it came in dead center in the tank. And just to show you guys real quick, this is how it's orientated in the truck. So by having the gas lines coming in dead center, the water that was being caught in this tank, once it got to the halfway point, as the gas was coming through, that's what I talk about on my driving videos as the bubbler effect. The gas was having to come through and bubble through all of that condensation that was in the bottom of the tank here. So this time around, to get more capacity out of the tank, because I have to drain the Toyota every single day with that old tank, and usually not more than 150 miles, 200 miles if I got really dry wood. We're going to take those ports, instead of being dead center, we're going to bring them up so we get probably at least 3/4 of the tank capacity wise to fill up with condensate. I just kind of figured out 3/4 of the way up the tank, made a mark, made sure I had my drain sitting level, and I had the tank sitting level. Went ahead and popped the hole in it. I've already got the elbows cut off of the old tank, so all I got to do is clean this up, put it up underneath the truck, slide the pipes into it, mark on them wherever they land, clean up the pipes, put it back in the truck, tack them, pull them out, weld it, and we'll have our drain and both the gas inlets on. Then we're gonna have to work on the gas outlets, which would be a little bit more tricky if I don't, hopefully I don't have to do any re-plumbing. Hopefully I can take the PVC pipes that come off of this tank and go up to the hay filter and put them right back on. The only problem with that is I really don't have any extra pipe. That's why I'm reusing all the old fittings off the old tank. So I'm probably gonna have to cut those off and hopefully salvage them. Once those are done, then we got to put, and it really doesn't matter anywhere, probably on this side, the outlet for running the blowers. It's just another hose pipe connection. It's not a big deal. Wherever it lands, buck a hole, put a piece of pipe on it. Underneath the truck, we've got a hose that hooks up to it with a piece of PVC in the end. So the PVC will slide inside to the gate valve, just like the ones that I built on the Dodge, and the gate valve goes onto the tank. Then we can open that up and run the blowers when we need to. Alright, we got our holes bucked in there. You can see the angle pipe where it goes up to the Fernco on both sides. It's right about where I want it to sit. There's one problem. See, we're sitting on jack stands right now, and the bottom of the tank is almost level with the bottom of the differential. That's with the suspension at full droop. It's almost touching the floor. So either way, I need to suck this tank up because I don't want it hanging that low, number one, because I'll hit it on something. I know me, I put my trucks in places they really shouldn't be. But number two, because the old tank had the pipes coming in at the center, I've now lowered the whole tank down. I'm gonna have to raise it back up so that that difference, probably about 2 inches that I changed, then my ports for the 2 lines going up front have also lowered. So I need to get those back up in alignment, and for that I'll have to put the pipes back in the front of the truck, see where they're going to land, so I can make sure I get the ports in the right place. So there's the 2 gas inlets placed on. Correct measurement in between because I double triple check because sometimes I'm a little bit stupid. So this can go back underneath the truck now. Now it's fully welded up, and we'll figure out where those front ports are going to go on, and then we'll pick where we're going to put the blower outlet. Two front gas ports, blower port on the back, it's all fully welded up. Now if I can ever get the damn ball to shake loose in this can of paint, I guess we'll get some paint on it eventually. And we'll give that a couple hours to dry. Probably give it a recoat in the morning. We'll crank the heater up and get it as hot as we can in here, and hopefully the paint actually cures. It's about 23 degrees outside right now, so paint doesn't really want to flow, or really probably doesn't want to cure very much. But probably about 50, 60 in here, so we got a good chance. Oh, it's the next day. Paint feels like it's dry, so that's ready to get tossed back on the truck. And then the last thing I need to do before this one goes back on the road, I got some holes in the bottom of the heat exchanger housing, so that thing's gonna have to get pulled off, and I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna patch that up, or if I'm gonna rebuild it, or I don't really know. A lot of the materials on this build, like these thin barrels, these were in rough shape when I got them. You know, light duty rear condensate tank that was in here. I knew it wasn't gonna last for a long time. But it was just proving the point to myself how wood gas works, and if I could make it work every single day and daily drive it. And now that I know it works, I'm willing to put in a little bit of extra work and make sure it's going to last. That's why I did all that extra work on the Dodge. Even though it was all scrap metal material on that truck as well, I kind of cherry picked the material a little bit more than I did on this truck. So anyways, I'm going to get this tank thrown back under the truck, get all the plumbing hooked up to it. And next time around I see you guys, I'll be ripping that thing off there, and talk to you then. Thanks for watching.